For you.
Hey, let me. I'm okay. I don't even know exactly what's going to tumble out here. Like there's so many, but I know I want to say this to Glenda. I want to say that like this to me being badass is like the highest compliment. Okay, and it's like freaking badass that you came and just said, you know what? I think I'm a passive aggressive bully, and you like said in the sweetest voice, and like this is me. I think that's me, and like who like I think I am too. Like, so that's the thing. And I don't know, I could say that if I didn't have your inspiring example. So I just want to put that out there. I think it's important. Jihad, like, kind of been very gentle and sweet with me, and it means something to me. So anyway, so yeah, I just want to say that.
Love that.
And, yeah, so the next thing, like, and I was saying, Jesus, I hope I don't cry again. But anyway, the I think that like related to that is like this, like, all right, this like that whole piece of like those types and don't identify but and you're gonna see yourself in all of them. And yeah, and I'd rather be just a bully, I think, like that combination of whatever they are, adjectives and nouns, it's like they're just like, oh, I want to be that passive aggressive and a bully. Like, come on. But then there was that thing you say, the antidote was like, I love myself, I matter,
Yes.
right? And like I tried that on for size, and I was like, I want to throw up. Like that is like that, I would rather say I'm safe. Like, yeah, I need to feel safe. Yeah, I'm safe. I can say that. Like, and I don't even like I love myself. Like, can I say I love you looking at my heart? Because, and I know I'm a sovereign individual. I can do what I want, but I'm just like looking for recommendations. All right, I'm going to shut up because I talk too much too. But...
Was it a question?
Yeah.
I didn't hear a question.
Yeah. That whole thing you say, and if you think I'm not like ready to say it, like that's cool too. Like, like just like trust like what you're ready for. But like, like I don't like I can't say I love my I can't just like some things feel so freaking fake, right? Like I never like those positive thinking things, like before I even knew about non-dual and all that. Because it was like always like I'm not telling a lie to myself. Like I'm not gonna say I am this day is great and I feel good and I can meet the day, like all they had these literal post-it notes you would try to like in the mirror say. I could never.
Yeah, I completely get. I had the same issue with that toxic positivity. It doesn't seem healthy to me in any way, and it's just like a lie. If you don't feel that
That's
you
what
love
it feels
yourself,
like, yeah.
if you don't feel that you love yourself, and you don't feel that you matter, and you don't feel any of that, then pretending that you do, it's just a lie. It's just a lie.
Yeah.
So instead of pretending that is the case, then can you find things about you that you appreciate, that you think is okay, that's actually quite cool, or that's, like you said, quite badass. That's actually quite badass doing that. Because there's clearly a rejection of something that is happening underneath, which you do not want to own. You cannot be in a body where this is the case, and you cannot even be in a body where you can't be in a body with it. We're that far out of it. So you acknowledging Glenda and saying, I think it's quite badass that you go online and say that you're the passive aggressive bully, because I felt in me a recognition of I am too, and since you are, we can be it together. But that just as badass as Glenda. What is it that happens in you underneath the it's a lie? If you say, I love myself, What is happening in you underneath the "it's a lie, I don't believe it, it's fake, it's just," what is it that is, what is the felt experience? Not the thoughts about it, but what is happening in you? If you look at Debbie where she's 4 years old, a picture of you from that time, can you recall a picture of you from that time?
I think I can roughly, yeah, I think, different little school pictures, yeah.
Yeah. So if you recall that picture of you, how you looked at that picture, can you tell her that if you were next to her then, that you could look at her and go like, "Fuck, you're cute. I love you." You know? You little peanut. Or does even that feel fake? If you kind
I
of
like I'm having a hard time because I don't want to admit that I feel that negative towards myself, right? You know what I mean? Like,
it's
like,
okay, it's okay, it's okay. Right
you
now,
know,
yeah. So which age did you have in the picture that you remembered?
I mean, maybe it was 5 or 6. I don't know. I'm thinking it like it was a school picture, this little plaid dress and the
Yeah,
bangs, and
yeah.
yeah.
And even recalling that age in front of you and seeing that you're standing next to her, you can't say "I love you" to that child. It's fine if you can't. That is completely fine if you can't. Something is happening to your breathing.
I know. I'm like I'm always blowing out, like just a, I don't know, just the anxiety or something, like trying to blow off the steam. Like it's like I have emphysema and I don't. You know what I mean? But I'm always trying to blow off that. Like I'm always walking around. I don't know. I don't know. Like when I was in a foster home, like this is way later, like 17, and I remember walking up the stairs to the room I shared with my foster sister and saying out loud, "I hate myself. I hate myself." Like actually saying that, and like I've learned to stop saying that. You know what I mean? And I want to, like, that responsibility question. Like I really, really, I apparently like I like I want to orient towards good, right? To what's right. And I theoretically I know there's no good or bad,
Debbie,
but I want
Debbie,
to
Debbie, Debbie,
orient.
sweetheart, you're way too.
Yeah.
You need to slow down. You need to slow down. Slow down.
Okay.
Um, for some
Okay.
people, love feels like abuse, and abuse feel like love. So for you, when you were 17, stumbling up the stairs, the closest you could come to any acknowledgement of you having an existence and you having a right to be there was, "I hate myself." That was the closest. And in that, there's a connection with something. In that, there's a feeling with something. And you pretending, no, you not wanting to hate yourself. It's part of the whole that needs to be acknowledged. I'm not a proponent.
The mirror.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah. The mirror, that bubble thing. And I've, been like thinking about all this stuff, and like I had this dream the other night, like where I was like, my mom's dead. She died 3 years ago. And but she was in it too. And I was like smashing something, like smash. I can't even remember what it was, but and I was like saying to like my father, like, "I hate you, I hate you, I hate you." And my mother was like, "Wow," you know what I mean? Like, that's a little bit strong, isn't it? You know what I mean? And like, I don't know, but that's, I remember that. And like, that's the mirror, right? That's,
Mhm.
and I can't, he, he wants to die so bad. He's so shut down. And there's no chance he'll ever see this. He's not on Wi-Fi and he's shut down. He's pushing us all away. And he's mad that, you know, my mother's gone, and then started to get over that, and then his dog died, and he just is, us kids, like whatever, like doesn't he doesn't want us. I mean, last time I visited him, he was like, I wish people wouldn't visit me. So
Mhm.
I can't do it anymore. Like I kept trying, but intermittently, but I can't. I don't think there's nothing that good comes out of it for either of us. So when he invites me down, when I am wanted, I will go down. When he's on hospice and I can care for him, I will do that. But I have to be wanted, and I will not go down without an invitation. There has been no text, no. Even when I told my husband's in the hospital, did he answer me? No, he texted my husband. Like, I do fucking hate him. I do. And I know that means I hate myself. And I don't know what to do about that. And I know that this is something about this too much intensity. And I should maybe like focus on stuff with my husband, because like this is too big. I don't know.
You need to
I don't know.
you need to slow down again. You need to slow down. It's way, way,
Yeah, I
way
don't
too
know
many
how.
things at the same time. Can 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 you
Yeah.
can you be okay with your dad never acknowledging you and never showing that he loves you and never, reaching out?
I thought I was over this. I thought I was over this. I thought I was. You have to be okay, because I don't think it's gonna come.
It's not gonna come.
I don't think it's
It's not
gonna.
it's not gonna come. It's not gonna come. And if it comes the way that he can do it. It doesn't come the way you want it.
Oh, I could be okay with that. I don't know how. I don't know how I'll ever stop being angry with him for not being able to see me. I chose not to have kids. People who have kids are brave. I chose not to, because I knew that both my parents really gave it their best. And they provided all the basic material things, like, and all that involves sacrificing the 3 square meals, the best of their ability. I know they did it all. And I knew they did their best. But I also knew I suffered. And I also knew I couldn't I couldn't trust myself to do better. I could sense that I would just pass on that suffering.
Yeah.
So I chose not to. I chose not to.
But you're passing all the suffering to you. It's also we have that tendency to acknowledge parents and saying they did the best that they could, and by that you're minimizing the impact the trauma and the abuse had on you, because a parent that is not showing up, the parents that has that I'm just working here attitude, you're getting food, you're getting clothes, what more do you want? That is it's a very specific type of neglect that is giving a trauma in a very, very specific way, because we feel that we're not entitled to say, you know, you fucking should have done better. We feel we're not entitled to that, because then we start to minimize the experience by saying, but they couldn't do it, and you know, and they did feed us, and you know, we were never sold to slavery. You know, it's like the lowest bar. You know, it's like the lowest bar. But when we do that, when we do that, we have the focus, you know, kind of like from the outside in and not from the inside out. How it feels to be in you is utterly unloved, utterly unchosen. You know, you have never been chosen. Your dad is still not choosing you. It's not something new. He's never chosen you.
Oh,
You have never been number one on his list of choices. His choices in life were different because he's just not interested. Is that okay with you?
not quite yet. You know, like I just there's there's a level of like violence in me that like that's where the passive aggressive is, because like I went and did this last visit,
Mm,
but really I was seething. Like I didn't show it much, but like in there's the in my fantasy, I'm like choking him and like
mm.
and slapping him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because I'm that angry, you
yeah,
know.
yeah. And completely get how lonely it's been and how painful it's been. And that is what I would like for you to stay with. Can you be in a body where you were never chosen, where you were never told I love you, where you were never number one? The bar at being a parent stopped by putting food on the table and clothes on your body, and that was about it. That was about it. It didn't go any further than that. Can you be with you that is how it was, that was the fact, and trying to minimize that experience by saying but they did the best they could, it's just minimizing your pain, and you're still not allowing yourself to stay with that pain. You can never ever expect your dad to show up when he never ever has shown up. Why would he suddenly change and become somebody else that he's not? You can't demand that of him. He doesn't have it in him, but you can have it towards you.
Mhm.
And it starts by you being right behind that 17-year-old that is stumbling up the stairs, shouting, I hate myself, I hate myself. You just being right behind her and going like, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I'm right here. Hate yourself as much as you want. I got your back. Allowing that to be. Because if you start to do the toxic positivity and saying, I love myself, you will never ever get in contact. You will never ever get in contact with that part of Debbie that needs to be seen and acknowledged. Going like, you are a badass. You made it through all that. Fucking hell. Well done you. Well done you. And trying to paint it into a pink unicorn rainbow scenario with glitter on, that's just a fucking lie. It wasn't like that, and it will never ever be like that. And you made it through. So really owning that hate and that resentment. It's okay to be resentful. It's okay to hate your dad. It's okay to feel all that. Allow it to be there. And when you have allowed it to be there, allowed it to grow bigger and bigger and bigger, you remove the label of it, and then you just sit. Can I be in a body where this sensation that I have in my body right now, it's here, and you just allow it to be there, and it will change. It will change its shape. It will change the flavor. It will change everything. Because right now it's something you do not want to feel. It's something you're pushing away and trying for it not to be like that. And what we want you to do is really, really allow yourself to be with that. And that is when you're allowing the 17-year-old to stumbling up the stairs and saying, you know, I hate myself, and allowing her to be like that. And at some point you can start to have the sentence in, I matter. I matter. That anger you feel, it's valid. I see you. You know, the feeling of alone of loneliness, it's valid. I see you.
I will work with this. I thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. And thank you so much for being honest about it, because this is the part that people are trying to bypass in all ways. And every single self-help book on the planet is telling you not to feel into this. And we're sitting and going like, you rock on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Allow it to be there. Whatever is there is there. And pretending that it's not is just lying.
Thank you for taking everything I can dish out. Okay, thank you.
We can
Thank
take
you.
even more, Debbie. Please.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And I think you should look in the chat section. There are lots of messages for you there.
A lot of love for you.
Yeah, lots of love. We just wait a sec.
Mm-hmm.
We just allow Debbie to sit and be sad. I can be with that. There's no rush with anything.
I just want to thank you, people. Okay, thank you, Suni. I know you're sad all the time. Thank you. Uh, mm. And thank you, Lisa, because I was kind of jealous of you, and I know I could never handle a silent retreat. I would never make it. I mean, not today, not today. You know what I mean? Not yet, not yet. Maybe next year.
Okay, honey, I've been through so much pain too. There's light at the other side. Just keep hanging in there, sweetheart.
Thank you. Okay, you guys, I want Lila to speak. Thank you so much. Thank you.
We're not in any rush. We're not in any rush. You don't need to rush anything. We haven't got a backstop.
No.
And I completely hold space for you. All the pain and the anger and everything you feel, it's completely fine in me. I got the shoulders for that. You can't show me anything that is not okay with me, so it's completely fine. I hold all the space you need. Is that really, really knowing that you do not need to be any different?
Mm.
What is arising in the moment is completely fine. You don't need to be in a certain way. You don't need to do things in a certain way. And both of us are holding all the space for you. Whatever comes up is completely fine. We're here. You're not scaring us away with anything.
Mm-mm.
It's completely fine. And you're valid and you count. You matter.
I just keep coming back. I keep trying to go. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
You don't have to apologize.
I, I thank you for your tolerance. Like, thank you. Like, when I was a teenager, before I finally got kicked out, like when we would fight, like I would always start to cry, right? And my father would be like, like there's a part like that gets it. Like he just really, there's so much sadness in him, he couldn't tolerate it, right? Because he would he would go every time we try to talk. She always cries, like he couldn't bear it. He couldn't bear it. So thank you for being able to bear it.
Absolutely.
Because I know I feel like I can be a bit much. You know what I mean? Like I can be a bit much.
But again, look into that. Look into that. What it is that you think that crying is too much.
Where's the bar?
Yeah,
What
exactly.
what counts as too much?
How many tears are too much?
Yeah, like
how many milliliters are we talking about here?
Okay, that's 1 liter too many. But no, but like recognize that anytime you take on something like that, you're taking on somebody else's metrics of how you should be. You're trying to put yourself into somebody else's box. And
Yeah, what you think
what you
is
think
somebody
is somebody
else.
else's box.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if somebody says that every time, a person who cries is just too much on their own, and if you cry, well, then you must be wrong. There must be something wrong with you because you cry and the other person has a problem with that. It's ridiculous. It's ludicrous to try to make yourself live up to somebody else's expectations and then judge yourself for not being able to live up to somebody else's.
And
Arbitrary.
also be completely okay with Sunny crying. Sunny is allowed to cry, Debbie's not.
No.
So there's
I cry every time though, every time. Like it's just like it's sort of like a repetition, like every time. Like
but
every time I talk to you guys, every time I try to talk.
Okay.
but then if that is part of how you express your feelings, that's how you express your feelings. Other people laugh, other people, do different things. It's just because you have been taught that crying is wrong that you think that there's something wrong with crying when you experience an emotion. There's not. It's only something you're telling yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You're completely fine with other people crying when they are talking about their emotions and just being with it. But you're not okay with, so they are and you're not. What makes you so special?
Mm.
And it's just the different ways, the different ways of experiencing emotions. Some people divert with anger, some people divert with eating, some people divert with scrolling on the phone, and everything is fine. It's just about knowing that, oh, now I'm crying again, there's something underneath that needs to be expressed. Okay, I'm just sitting with that. It was just because you were told, like Todd was talking about, your dad had an issue with that, so you took that on as a truth. It's not. It's his truth. It's clearly not yours. You're
No.
crying. He's not. So it's clearly not your truth.
Yeah. When I was 5 years old, that was the first time I ran away, right? And I didn't know like what I was gonna do. I had no plan or anything. I don't know. I just like walked down to the end of the street and I was trying to figure out like where south was because I was like, I gotta stay warm in the winter. And then like the neighbor came and got me, and she's like, "What are you doing?" And then I was like telling her I was running away, and she's like, "Why?" And I'm like, "My parents don't love me." Like I was like 5, like
Yeah.
But anyway, that was the first attempt. But
Yeah.
all right, thank you. I definitely gonna work with this and try to
I just
feel what's underneath.
Yeah. The last thing I just want to point at is that when you were 5, you knew that your parents didn't love you. You knew that. And now you're a bit older than 5 and you are still not loving you. So there's a part of you that is still unloved. And we are sitting and talking about this. It all started by you saying, I love myself sounds fake and feels fake, which means that even when you were 5, you did not know how it felt to be loved. So of course it feels fake. So you creating sentences that you couldn't eat doesn't even resonate with you when you were 5. How do you expect that to resonate with you now? So you need to create a sentence that you can. So it can be like, you're kind of sometimes okay. If that is the closest, that is the closest that you can go, you know, if that is the closest you can go where it feels, okay, that one I can feel. I know that I kind of sometimes am okay. Okay, I can do that. So you just do as much as is possible where it feels authentic. And when you are angry and when you hate yourself, then allow that to be. It's just something that comes up that we acknowledge is there. You don't need to add on to it. So when you do something and
Right.
you have the feeling, oh, right now I'm actually kind of a little bit okay, then just leave it there. You don't need to add on to it. When you feel that you hate yourself, just oh, right now I hate myself. Okay, just leave it there. You don't need to add on to it. But just allowing whatever feeling comes up to be there. It's okay for it to be there. Can you be in a body where it's there? And then slowly you're expanding. So instead of it being very, very small right now, then you're slowly expanding yourself so everything is okay. And then you will be okay with hating yourself and being resentful and being, you know, all the things that you feel. And also love yourself. And also feel that you matter.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much.